Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Trapt. I'm the mysterious JG. Sharp-eyed viewers will note that looking at this load screen that I'm now showing as being at Chapter 1. I've got Trapt complete 100% and scenario cleared ABC. What could that mean? Well, that means I did a bunch of off-screen playing because I wanted to buy, not so much, it wasn't about buying the traps, it was about buying the costumes for the characters that I hadn't shown you the costumes yet. Because there's 2 optional costumes that you can get, and I just kind of felt like showing them off. And it was an excuse to play the game. It's a fun game to play, so I was able to play it while I wasn't recording, which means I was trying to have to think of interesting things to say or whatever. Not always very successful with coming up with interesting things to say, but playing where I wasn't under pressure to do that. Now I could like have some, listening to a movie or a Mystery Science Theater or music or something in the background was fun. So yeah, I did a lot of off-screen work, and now I've got all the endings, and I've made sure that I am actually able to beat the game, which means that you can't really call this a blind LP anymore. The blind part of the LP is now thoroughly over. Although I'd seen enough about the story to have spoiled some of it for myself, and subsequently spoiled it for you also. But now we are back at Mission 1. Yes, we will use that data. And let's go into the options. And we will go into the game settings. And we will put our costume. We've got normal, Reina, and, well, Millennia. Why should I pretend that it's going to be a big secret? I don't know who Reina is because I've never played Deception 3, but she's apparently the heroine of Deception 3. Millennia, as you will remember, I named my character Astarte to get a couple extra arc, but her name really should have been Millennia, and that's what I tend to think of her as, Millennia. But we are going to go with the Reina costume so that you can see it. And we are going to now start a new game from the very beginning. Why, you may ask? Are we going to play through the entire game again? Well, I am. But I'm not going to record the whole thing. But I just wanted you to see. I wanted you guys out there to see 1 or 2 side story missions that we didn't get to see yet. There you can see Alicia / Allura looks a little different, but we haven't got a good look at her yet. There she is. Kasama. Cassava melon is my favorite kind of melon. Your Majesty, what's your deal? Are you and Catalina working together on this plot to bring your other wife back to life? I mean, does she know what's going on? Is she part of this plan to kill you? What? If she's not part of the plan for your fake assassination, why did she think to suddenly frame Allura? I mean, that really seemed premeditated, and I just don't understand what's going on in this game. That's what I'm saying to you, Your Majesty. Anyway, as you can see, because this game doesn't use a bunch of pre-rendered CGI cinema scenes, it actually uses the in-game models for people. When you switch her costume, she actually does look different. So it's not like, say, if you were playing something like Final Fantasy X2, where you can put, oh, I'm going to put Yuna in the Dark Knight costume, and I'm going to put Riku in the Berserker costume, and I'm going to put Pain in the Alchemist costume. And then they do a plot scene, and everybody's wearing whatever their default costumes are. So your decisions about that make no difference whatsoever. Which is really frustrating, because the whole point is I want to dress up the girls the way I want to dress them up. It's a pretty princess dress up, and that's what I want to play. But anyway, getting sidetracked. No, but in this game, yeah, she actually does. If you change her costume in-game, it changes for everything, because it really is just using her model. I think that's kind of neat. But let's go ahead and take a good look at our heroine. After all, I played all that off camera just so that I could, you guys could see this. Here she is. Now, this almost looks like something that somebody might wear. Now she's got some kind of like I assume it's supposed to be brown leather pants. But like if it's like a brown like leather, it's not shiny. That's something that somebody could actually wear that wasn't meant to be sexy or erotic, shined up. And whatever kind of weird chap thing that she's got going on, I suppose if you want to look for sexiness, you could say it's accentuating the butt or the crotch or whatever. But I mean, it really does look like something that might vaguely appear in some kind of period costume idea. The problem, of course, comes with the shirt. She's got like a bra and she's got this half shirt. Now, if that shirt actually went down to her waist, or was tucked into her pants and closed in the front, she would actually be wearing something that could be, you know, she'd be a female video game character wearing something that you really might see a human female wear. They don't quite do it. It is, however, closer to normal clothing than her own default outfit, and I would say closer than Millennia's outfit too. Oh, but I forgot to check for my own edification. 739 people. Yeah, when I was off screen just collecting Warl, I was getting ruthlessly efficient with killing off guys. It was getting kind of ridiculous. Not that I'm saying I'm super awesome in the game or anything, but yeah, I got real good at killing guys. I got to the point where I knew where people showed up in certain levels, especially the first 10 chapters, because after I'd beaten the other 2 endings just to make sure I could and could get the traps out of it, so that I would have, basically I wanted to have all the traps at my disposal when I went on my big run of just grinding through the game to collect Warl, to get the costumes. Yeah, I just started playing through the first 10 stages over and over again, and constantly leaving the kingdom when asked to and fighting Jace. Jace became my final boss. I eventually got to the point where I could defeat Jace without even taking a hit. But now it is time for the whole reason I started this video, to do a side story. Let us begin the side story. This is a side story. It's the stage 1. Branch A side story, which you can only see after you've beaten the game. Hurry up! Yeah, we're right behind you, Shubasi. Who's there? Oh, hey! Hey, oh, hey, you two! We've been seen! Quick, let's get out of here! We're done for, she reports us. It's Raiden! What are you doing here, Raiden? Get the fuck out of here! This isn't the big shell! You're not wanted here! Calm down, Raiden. Calm down, Raiden. It's only one little girl. Otacon and I will be able to destroy her, no problem. What are you suggesting? I can't. She's just a little girl, Snake. No, Gekken's right. We don't have a choice. Did you say nerd? Think, so long as we shut her up, we're still as gold as planned. We'll still get gold as planned. Without that money, my family will starve to death. Don't take this personally, girl. We need to live. And to eat. Metal Gear. What I'm getting at, folks, is that this is Raiden, Solid Snake, and Otacon. That's what I'm getting at. One of these days, I do really hope to have the opportunity to play Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, but don't know how much more time I'm going to have for LPing, period. Anyway, so these 2 characters are going to chase us around. Maybe this would be a good opportunity for me to use... because I also knocked all of the dark, whatchamacallums. So let me try and use one of them here. This is a weird one. I was able to set it off, but not hit an enemy with it, but it's still registered. You need to get, and this might not work, but I'm going to give it a shot. You get Hellfire, and you need to get the push wall. This one I don't think I would have figured out without somebody else's aid here, but you guys seen the Death Hammer yet? The Death Hammer is pretty awesome. It's one of the traps that I got for beating the game. You'll get a chance to see it eventually. Here's the deal with this trap, folks. You see how there's this big stone demon? You can kind of see in the top right corner, big stone demon head up there. What you have to do is use a trap to blow it off of the ceiling. It rolls down here. You have to use the push wall, and not one of the stronger walls, to push it along. And if it comes over here to where you see this demon's like arms and legs and whatever, it is a trap that will engage. Like that demon. You know, this is all sorts of stuff you guys haven't seen. I'm now back in rooms that you guys have never seen before, that I didn't really use. The gallery and the Hall of Chains. I guess I'll show them to you, but I never used them. It's pretty cool, I suppose. I mean, it looks cool. There's a bunch of traps in here that, honestly, I never even used. Because when I was grinding for levels, I was just doing it in the first room. Just killing people with my standard combos to try to be as fast as possible, not getting a lot of stuff involved other than the music box trap that we've seen a million times. There's falling pillars, there's a rotating saw, there's a roller. Roller, I don't know how that works. And spiked room. I have yet to use any of these things. If you really want to see those being used, I guess drop me a comment and I'll try to set up, like, I guess you would just throw somebody into that and I can see how that would kill them. That looks very much like one of those traps that should kill you dead no matter how tough you are, but will probably do like 30 damage to an enemy and just be ridiculous that it doesn't kill them instantly. This room seemed like it would be a fun place to play, but you really have to run all the way through the mansion to get here. There's an oven. There's projecting spikes. Slaughter fan is what looks like it would be fun. Excuse me, there are traps that throw people up in the air to hit that slaughter fan. Seems like that might be a cool way to kill people, but I haven't really used it. Anyway, now they're chasing me, and what I've got to try to do here is try to time this right so that I can okay. And I mistimed it. So that didn't work. But anyway, these guys are trying to kill me because they're trying to rob me. But that is the death hammer. It comes down from the ceiling. You can see it kind of spin around, except that basically you got all over face. This is it. For the best, I'll die poor, but honest. Ugh. Unless that was supposed to be Otacon. Huh. And I almost had enough to buy her a real ring. Oh, who you talking about? Emma Emmerich, your sister? You perv. Now Raiden, the one who told us to kill everyone, appears. Now it's too late. I've blown it. I will not be able to show you that dark whatever because you're supposed to hit the push wall and move that thing, and I mistimed it, and now it will never ever work. Although she's coming after me, so maybe I can have a little fun, and maybe this will be my excuse. I've been looking for an excuse to use. Well, not an excuse. But yeah, maybe this will be a new for me and for you folks. I'll go into those rooms in the back that we didn't have to see. Now, if I could have knocked that head, you saw it roll down. If I'd knocked it here, those arms would have come down and grabbed it. It would have put the head on that demon statue. Its eyes would have glowed. It would have come alive. But oddly, that doesn't mean that it's primed and ready to activate like other traps in this game. Once you have... whoa, I almost got killed by that thing. That would have been kind of stupid of me. Is there any way that I'm going to be able to lure somebody into that thing? I don't really understand how that that trap works. The oh, I don't have a floor throwing trap anymore. I got the death pillar. It's one of the things you get for winning the game, but it kind of sucks. I need to get rid of it. It just doesn't do anything particularly great. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do anything cool here. I can push someone into... That's what I'll do. I'll push her right into that thing. But yeah, if instead of priming the trap, like you light the candelabra in the room with the super scary murder music box, and then if someone touches that point on the floor, the dark thing activates. In this, like as soon as that statue grabs the head, the thing activates, or it does its thing. It doesn't get primed, it actually activates, and if there's no one in its place, no one in its target area of attack, it still gave me credit in that, you know, menu screen for having activated it, but it didn't use it on anybody. Anyway, here I am looking back and forth. I'm ready for you, Raiden. Like all people who've played both Metal Gear Solid and then played Metal Gear Solid 2 expecting it to be really good, I want you to suffer. That's pretty cool. My children, without me, they'll be so sad. I mean, my children, without me, my body. I can't move my body. Wait, Snake, is Rose real? Get a hold of yourself. She's your girlfriend, isn't she? Colonel, what's going on? Raiden, remember what de Gaulle said. Sorry, I'm flashing to another game. Now loading. It's her in her other fetishy costume. Why are you still here? Who's that? Is that you? Let go. Get the others. Oh, let's go. Get the others. It must be Rose. Or it's Colonel Campbell. That's who it is. It's like, let's go. Get the others. Now I can say, you go on ahead. Hurry. Or I can say, your friends are gone. This would appear to be what you'd say to try to spare her life. Like this would be saying, I killed your friends, they're dead. Whereas this would be like, you know, yeah, go ahead, we'll meet you later. Which is like, get her to get away from the mansion so that you don't have to kill her and sacrifice her soul. It seems like something that would be a nice thing to do. I don't remember which of these actually does avoid combat, but that would... Okay, I'm going back, my hungry children are waiting. Okay, you did spare her. Now that I think about it, last time I was playing this off camera... I think I chose the other thing, and she yells at you for being evil and killing her friends, this villager person, but you still don't actually kill her, so I don't... Yeah, I don't think the dialogue choice there actually makes a difference. I think either way you don't fight another person, you just fight the three villagers. So yeah, not exactly a super challenging bonus, it's just a little thing that you couldn't get the first time you played through the game. Now, by the time you've played through the game and beaten it, there's no way that would be a challenge to you. That's just the point. That's just a little extra thing. It's fun. What the heck. Anyway, folks, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to No, you know what? I'll just make this a little short video. Yeah, this will be a relatively short video. So I'm going to end the video here. Now I'm going to off-screen play through the game and get to the point where we're just got done fighting Herzog, whom, as somebody in the comments section has pointed out, and I hadn't really thought about this, I have picked up on the fact that this game's plot is kind of weird and doesn't make sense, but I hadn't picked up on this specifically, but somebody pointed out in the comments section, I forget your name, I apologize, but pointed out, you really don't have a reason to fight Herzog at the end. Herzog's already sort of expressed a reticence to hurt you, because he's known you since you were a little girl and you really haven't done anything wrong, and he's trying to salvage the country and get rid of the royal family and blah blah blah, but you're basically an innocent girl, I mean, you've killed at this point 700 people with traps, but before you became a pawn of the Fiend, which, as Herzog knows, was not your fault. He's one of the only people who's really clued into what's gone on. But basically, you are, in your heart of hearts, an innocent person that hasn't done anything wrong, and doesn't bear any blame for any of this chaos, so he doesn't want to hurt you. And yet, you know, after he kills the king, who is a fucked up maniac at this point, who's like, the king is like, made you a pawn of the devil in order to bring your mother back from the dead, so he could get it on with her some more. Well, he probably had other things he wanted to do with her too. But yeah, no, this sacrificing your daughter to bring back your her mother, that's kind of messed up, and you wouldn't think that Alicia / Allura would have a lot of great fondness for Olaf after all this, and yet you end up fighting Herzog to the death afterwards. And as in all fights in this game, it seems like you don't want to be involved. It's just like you can't help it, you have to defend yourself. Herzog has no reason to attack you. None of this, I guess his thought is that if he can kill you, it might stop the demon resurrecting. Doesn't make a ton of sense. So thank you to whoever pointed that out, because I've seen people attack game plot lines before, like I was just watching, I never watched any of them before, I was just watching an LPer named Proton John doing an LP of Ninja Gaiden. It was a good LP, and he's, you know, generally a fun LPer to watch, but he's one of those guys who he actually has, like, ad breaks in his, like, because he's actually making money off of this, I guess. Somebody's making money off those videos. But anyway, like, you know, at one point he was talking about Ninja Gaiden, and he started just kind of like making, you know, fun, kind of, sort of, like, of something in the plot. And as I listened to him asking these questions, like, how did Ryu know this? How did he know where this guy was? And, you know, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I was kind of listening to it and being like, well, actually, there is a good answer to that question, but never mind. You're clearly just into making fun of this cheesy game. And I do that a lot with games. I do that with this game, but I think in this case it really is. God, I'm just running off of the mouth here. But I think in this case it really is true. There's no frickin' reason that you're fighting Herzog at the end. Once you've gotten rid of Catalina, there's... I mean, we've already established that you're just retarded to go back to the castle and try to, go back to the mansion. Just like, oh, Rachel's there. I promised Rachel I would go back. It's like Rachel's fucking evil. Even if you don't think that, even if you don't understand that Rachel's evil, once you're back in the castle and the queen is gone, I mean, you're presumably, you're the queen now. Like, send somebody to the mansion and say, Our Lady the Queen has summoned you back. She wants you to return, Rachelu, and Rachelu is either gonna, like, you know, we now know that she's like evil, scary demon chick. Maybe she'll kill your servants and not return or something. Wait, don't personally go back to evil, scary demon mansion. Sorry, getting way off track. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and when we come back, not as short as it would have been had I not gone off on that rant. When we come back, I will have played through the entire game again. This time I'm just gonna play it in like super ruthless speedrun because I now realize there is no point whatsoever in me gaining any more while I bought everything. So I'm just I'm gonna make it as quick on myself as I can, and then I'll be back, and you guys will get to see the chapter 15 side quest. Because before we didn't go to chapter 15, we fought Rachelu at the end of chapter 14, and the game ended. So we're gonna go to we're gonna see the chapter. We'll pick up. We'll see the cinema with Rachelu. I'll see the chapter 15 side mission. Then we'll do chapter 15 itself, and I will show you one of the two endings that you haven't seen yet. I have not yet decided if I'm going to do it in the costume that we were wearing in this mission, or if I'm going to return her to her actual original clothes. Either way, we'll be back in the next video. Thanks for watching, folks. See you then.